Today we're attempting James Turner's tiny home generator. I'll have it linked down below so you can check it out along with his other random challenge generators. I rolled 3 times, so my challenge is to use no more than 61 tiles, build in the style of Chestnut Ridge, have enough room for 1 adult sim. The budget is 43,673 simoleons and include the MK 2001 bookshelf. Hey, thanks for Slythering-in. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Symtherin, and welcome to a challenge speed build in The Sims 4. I know my intro was a little different than usual, and I think you guys are sticking around as I explain the challenge that James Turner has created. His other random generator challenges on there are pretty cool too if you want to take a look at them. There's a room build challenge, which I'm thinking about trying out maybe someday soon, stay tuned, and a create a sim challenge, so check that out. He definitely comes up with a lot of great challenges and it's super fun to give them a go, at least especially when you're struggling to figure out what to build next, which I am notorious for doing, so this was a great way to kind of get those juices flowing. The shape of this build came about pretty easily and pretty quickly. I did kind of spy the neighboring builds. There's one like below the cliff here in Chestnut Ridge to kind of copy the style there and keep it simple. But I had a lot of fun with the landscaping as well as the interiors. So I can't wait to get to that and talk through it with you guys. However, first off, the item I'm supposed to use is the MK 2001 bookshelf. That's not even a bookshelf, guys. Who was naming these base game items? So when you generate anything with this generator, the item you must include is from the base game catalog only. So even if you get like Chestnut Ridge as your build style, you don't have to do it in Chestnut Ridge, you just kind of have to do the style of Chestnut Ridge, so you don't technically need the pack, although it does help to have the items, but you can definitely get creative with base game and other packs as well to kind of get the same feel. But yeah, I don't know who named it. Like, that bookshelf is not a bookshelf, it is actually a like china hutch, and it made no sense to me, but I guess we made it work, or at least I tried to make it work. Yeah, this build is pretty simple. It's just 1 bedroom, only enough room for 1 adult sim. Here I'm kind of playing around with a layout, but I don't end up keeping this one. I do end up making a bigger bathroom than this 3-tile bathroom. But here we're gonna work on the landscaping. I feel like it's pretty simple. There's no like space for any animals or horses, but you can probably delete some of the landscaping and move the build a bit to make space. But it is a pretty small lot. I think this is a 20 by... I'm trying to read it here, but I can't read it. It's small. If it's not a 20 by 15, it's a 20 by 20. But to kind of finalize the style of this build, I guess, I definitely looked around at the landscaping around the world and used the debug and live edit menu for Horse Ranch to kind of pull those items out, and I feel like it helped with blending it around. I also do a nice little pathway up to the door with a debug item. I did not play test this, but I've used the item before and I've seen other simmers use it too, so I'm like 99% sure it's functional. If not, it's real easy to just delete anyway. So we have had a very eventful week in the Sims community. We had a behind the Sims event that I did speak about a little bit in my last video. The biggest takeaway from that is that stuff packs live on again after, what, maybe 2 years? I think Paranormal stuff pack was our last stuff pack, and that was so long ago. But we are getting the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. I think that's what it's called, and if it is, God, that's a mouthful to say, isn't it? We did get the trailer a couple days ago, so let me know down in the comments below what your biggest takeaways from that trailer was. My biggest takeaway is a lot of the clutter items, surprise, surprise, that are coming with it. I peeped a new knife block, which I'm so excited for because I think we only have that base game one. And then we have the one from Cool Kitchen that kind of hangs on the wall. But sometimes you don't want it hanging on the wall. That's a very specific style. But I'm so excited for that. The cupcakes are going to be freed from the cupcake machine. And that is huge because that cupcake machine is huge, literally. And I think that's going to be a base game update. So I'm pretty excited. And then, of course, we're going to get another expansion pack. And no kits because we are getting the stuff pack and people are kind of surprised about that. It makes a little sense to me because in my mind 2 kits equals 1 stuff pack, so I don't see why we would get kits on top of a stuff pack for the 4th quarter of the year. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you're planning on getting the stuff pack, I know I am, and I can't wait to build some kitchens with it. Yay, so excited. Here we are moving into the interior and kind of getting this started. I did want a little like mud room section here because I imagine this Sims very outdoorsy. Maybe goes on hikes a lot. I mean, you are on the top of a cliff. Maybe they are a horse rider, but they don't have the space for a horse, so they go down to the riding range. I don't even know what you would call it, but they go down to that, and yeah, they do those kinds of things. Maybe a lot of, like I said, hiking. I don't know, but I saw an opportunity to use these new pillows from the Modern Luxe kit here on this. I think this is also considered a hutch, I guess, but I thought it was just too cute not to use. It looks so cozy in this corner. But then I became very mindful of my budget and realized I have to get to 43,600 simoleons. And I was like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna get there. I think right now it says like 12,000. I left that little menu open for me to kind of keep an eye on it, but also for you guys, even though it looks like I closed it already. But here I'm pulling out that MK bookshelf thing that is not a bookshelf. And the kitchen here looks a lot fancier than the rest of the build. And I think that's okay. I'm imagining maybe the Sim is slowly renovating each room. And we're really jumping around here, aren't we? We're in the bathroom now, but I imagine we are slowly renovating and the kitchen was probably newly done with new appliances and cabinetry and all that good stuff. So I felt like it still kind of matched the vibe a little bit. This bathroom, I actually really adore how it came out. I used the Modern Luxe curtains because I still am in love with this kit. Whenever we get new items, I seem to like hyper fixate on certain things that I like from it and use it all the time, and I don't know, that's just me, I guess. Maybe everyone else does the same. Yeah, I don't know, I really like this build. This, even with like this gold shower, I felt like it kind of fit the vibe. And then the living room was pretty simple. I have a couple of bookcases there from the Book Nook kit. I had a fireplace, and I believe, yeah, I switch out the couch for the Book Nook kit couch. You may have seen me zoom past it. But we're now in the bedroom, and I wanted to bring in some more of the reds from the curtains that I put in the kitchen and living room. Now, I did not realize at the time that when I went to do the video tour and even the screenshots, I think, the curtains went away. That's because I used Tool Mod to kind of get them to sit where I want them to sit. And when I loaded back into the build, they got deleted. So, but those are curtains from the Horse Ranch kit themselves in the red swatch, which I haven't used. So I found it pretty nice and pretty lovely. So of course I had to use the red swatch of the bed as well and kind of bring those colors in. The bedroom I felt like came out pretty cute. I put that painting up there from Strangerville, I think, or is it the Horse Ranch? I'll have to look at it again, but we have like a little shelf with even more clutter because this room is really tiny, but I wanted to make sure the sim has everything they need and maybe a little more. I would love to live here. Let me know if you would too, and all the good things. We're just gonna clutter up now because we are trying to get to our budget. We have all our necessities. Before we end, I'm sorry if some parts of the voiceover felt a little choppy. My dog keeps wanting to bark today. She's being very noisy, but it is what it is. That's what you get for having doggos. Especially German Shepherds. They are very vocal, but I absolutely love them so much. Yeah, but we are just adding any little detail I can find just to hit this budget. For a while, I was going over it a little bit, and then I couldn't find something for $1 or to remove something for $1. So we're actually $1 over, so I guess technically I failed the challenge, but I think I did pretty good considering a 43,000 budget, even though that's pretty high for a tiny home. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going to attempt this challenge or if you have already. I would love to see what you guys did, what you got, and all of that good stuff. But we are wrapping up the build, trying to squeeze the table in. I don't think it ever worked. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Enjoy the video tour. Do all the things, like, comment, subscribe. Yay, thanks. Have a good one, guys. Bye!